A long, long time ago, I could still remember how that PC used to make me smile. I knew that if I got some games that I would be playing for all for several days, the gaming PC was my life. But then one day I discovered Nintendo. I discovered how much more fun I had with Mario. The gaming PC was ignored. And I discovered my lifelong pal. Yes, the gaming PC grift is over. People don't know this about me. But back in the day, I did indeed own a gaming PC. I did indeed have a gaming PC with no consoles in sight. I played all the relevant exclusives. I played PC in its prime in the 90s. And I was just like, yeah, Nintendo is better. And I got a Nintendo, never looked back, okay? This is the reality, okay? I'm like 25 years ahead of everyone else, okay? Everyone else is kind of in the early stages of kind of slowly beginning to accept that Nintendo is better than PC and that Nintendo games will never be better than PC. That Nintendo is better than PC and that Nintendo games will never, ever release on PC. Like, people are beginning to realize this biological fact. And there's just no getting around it. No matter how many times, like, some weeb tries to tell people that, like, well, you can just pirate Nintendo games online. No, you can't. Switch 2 is completely unemulatable. Old ROM sites are getting taken down every day. The pirates are getting sent to prison. We are seeing the beginning of the end of the golden age of PC. The age-old cope that, like, well, you can get games cheaper on PC. First of all, that's not true. And second of all, you're talking about decade-old games that are available digitally, okay? Like, if you look on Nintendo Switch, you'll see Doom going for like $5 on it, which is about the same as it goes on Steam. So again, let's stop like pretending that Steam is like some super consumer-friendly company. Let's stop pretending they're not woke. Let's stop pretending that Steam is the future, because we're with PlayStation pulling out their exclusives, we've kind of seen what the reality is that a console manufacturer putting their games on PC actively harms their business, because nobody buys the games, nobody cares, and suddenly people are no longer buying their hardware, okay? Like, the entire illusion of exclusivity, the idea that PlayStation titles were, like, bigger and better than the rest of the industry, all of that died a death the instant that they started releasing their games on PC. That is, like, the grim reality of the situation they're in now. That's the current state of the PC master race, is that too many people have begun to notice that there is no massive audience of people on PC willing and able to pay for console games. And that's the funny thing about this, is that these guys do this thing where they're like, oh yes, I can pirate everything on PC. I don't need to buy anything. And yet you consistently see them begging for releases, specifically Nintendo games. Like, the double standard is very, very apparent. And it's very, very interesting to kind of see, like, where we're going in the gaming sphere. Because, like, we were told a couple of years ago that cloud was going to take over, that, like, consoles would be eliminated and everything would be, like, streamed to your smart TV. Not happening. Amazon Luna just shut down. By the way, Amazon, an internet-based company, the biggest in the world, couldn't get Luna to work, okay? Like, they couldn't get people to stream games on your PC, because why would you? Okay? Like, why would you do that instead of just buying a more affordable console and playing it on that? And that's the problem, okay? This is going to be the reoccurring problem that everybody has with, like, the PC versus console thing, is that the console is going to be significantly more expensive, significantly less expensive, and significantly better at actually playing games. It won't be like a PC where you spend thousands of dollars more for stuff that you will never actually need. Like, consoles will be a specialized experience. So what's going to happen is that PCs are going to get more and more expensive, while consoles, like, are significantly less so. And they play games better than PC. Whenever people bang on about how well their PCs run games, like, it's because they're spending significantly more for those results. And this is just the problem. Like, this is the issue that PC gamers don't want to address, is that, like, they are spending ludicrous amounts of money to try and stay ahead of consoles, when in actuality, like, consoles are just, like, they're so much more cost effective, they bring in more money, they sell more games. Like, just compare Grand Theft Auto 5's in revenue compared to platforms. Like the PC version is like 3%, like of a game that's available on like 5 different platforms. Like, actually more than that now. Yeah. It's like, how many platforms is this thing available on? Well, anyway, like, yeah, like the PC version brings in about like 3% of total income. Okay, like, considering the mods and how much people hype up that version as the definitive version, like, the simple fact of the matter is the audience isn't on it. And there's a lot of reasons for that, but, like, the long and short of it is, like, the Grand Theft Auto audience aren't the sort of people to go out and buy gaming PCs, right? This is the problem that these people are, like, running into constantly, and it's becoming, like, a real issue, is that they are just getting roadblocked by the costs. Okay, like, there's no spending your way out of making a PC better than consoles. There's no, like, getting exclusive titles. There's no, like, getting unique hardware features or enhancements, right? People say they're better than Xbox and PlayStation, but, like, that's like saying the shit I took yesterday is better than the shit I took today. It's all the same thing. Like, the simple fact of the matter is, like, the real competition is on Nintendo hardware, and there's just no beating that. Like, there's just nothing that, like, PC can do to compete with Nintendo's brand. Like, what billion-dollar movie franchise does PC gaming have? Like, really? Like, again, like, they don't have mascot characters. They don't have, like, developers constantly pumping out new games. Like, you guys are still playing bots on, like, TF2 because, like, Valve is so lazy that they can't even, like, put out anything new or innovative. Like, it's a bubble, essentially. Like, what you're seeing is, like, the PC gamer bubble. And over time, as, like, console users start becoming more comfortable, like, on the internet and commenting on this stuff, like, eventually that bubble is going to burst. Like, eventually people are going to realize that the idea that PC gaming is superior is just a giant cope, and it's all going to collapse. It's all going to collapse in, like, the greatest way imaginable. And I just don't know how the community is going to get around this. Like, I don't know how exactly the community is going to, like, downplay the fact that gaming PC is failing and that there's just nowhere to go from here. Like, consoles are here to stay. They aren't going anywhere. Nintendo's succeeding beyond all expectations, and all the giant copes about how nobody knows Nintendo characters and how they're not mature enough for general audiences, that's going to become, like, less and less true every year. So what we're seeing now is the death of PC gaming.